Serious, parents of Reddit, what do your kids think they're hiding that you know about? My son, 1, can walk. He refuses to walk if he knows you can see him. He thinks once he walks and everyone knows he won't get carried anymore. I've caught him walking when he thought I was in a different room. As soon as he sees me he drops and cries. Little turd. My son has a crush on a girl a few houses down. She is 15 or 16 and he is 12. He thinks nobody knows. Wife and I know, her parents know, she knows, his uncle across the country knows, hell the ice cream truck guy knows. Thankfully she is an awesome kid and is careful about his feelings on the matter. My kids don't understand that it's a small house with thin walls and they can't go to the kitchen and steal snacks, or do anything really, without us hearing them do it. Hell, my kids still try to sneak down our squeaky ass stairs and surprise me, and are genuinely befuddled when I know they're behind me without looking. Parents have eyes in the back of their heads? Yeah, they're called ears. I have memorized every squeaky spot in my parents' house. I routinely sneak up on the cats. My parents didn't stand a chance. Same here. I knew to skip the second to last step because it made a lot more noise than the other steps. Also lightly step and then get on the rug to sneak up. Only ever worked on my mom. My dad moves around too much and is very observant. My mom doesn't notice small details. My mom used to say she had eyes in the back of her head, standard mom line. Except she could tell us exactly what we were doing while she faced the stove and we sat at the kitchen table behind her. Found out years later she was watching us in reflective surfaces of kitchen appliances. Parents are sneaky AF. My mom didn't need reflective surfaces. She was queen gossip, she knew everything even if she wasn't in town. Case in point, I had borrowed her car to do a late night radio show with a friend of mine when I was in HS. Like, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., we didn't stop at the convenience store before we got there and got the munchies, and since I was the only one of us who knew how to work the radio equipment, I gave him the keys and told him what I wanted. The store was 4 blocks away. The next day she was like, so I heard Shelton drove my car last night. I wasn't in trouble or anything, but it's probably the reason I never did much in my teens. My overprotective mom was like this. I was in high school and I walked home a classmate to her house. We just had fun talking, so I asked her if I could accompany her home and she agreed and we took a bus to her place. After she got home, I rode the bus to get on my way back. During family dinner that night as my whole family sat around the dining table, my mom goes, "So, when are you gonna let us meet your girlfriend?" At first I thought there must have been so obvious hints with my facial expression or my mom had some kind of women's intuition. But then she proceeded to describe her in details. I was like, how? But what's more surprising was when she shown everyone a picture on her laptop. It creeps me out. Apparently she found out from a friend of hers who had caught a glimpse of me and my classmate when we were on the bus and took a picture. But this was a time before camera phones are popular. So her friend actually took an extra amount of effort to secretly take a photo of us using a digital camera. Copy the image to her laptop and email it to my mom. Just to spy on me. I guess they are all excited since it was the first time I had taken interest into a girl. Or any person for that matter. I was always that quiet, friendless kid. And they were hoping that she could be my first ever girlfriend. Joke's on her though, 12 years later and I'm still single. My daughter, 2 doesn't like to take a nap, so she gets up and play in her room while keeping the door closed. Needless to say, we perfectly know she does this since most of her games are not very quiet, but we're still happy to have some free time. When I was babysitting, I did something like this to trick kids into going to bed on time. Well, before bedtime, I'd tell the kids I had a special bedtime rule that was only for big kids. If they were super well behaved and got ready for bed on time, they could stay up as late as they wanted. As long as they stayed in their rooms, didn't make much noise, and kept the lights dim. That's what every kid does at night when they have a babysitter. There's literally nothing you can do, as a babysitter, to make a kid sleep at bedtime. Somehow none of the kids I watched figured that out. They thought they were getting such a special privilege. I babysat all the time as a teenager. I would like to go back in time and have a do-over, please. I would also like to go back in time so I could use this on my own kids, too, please. Damn it, this would have made my life so much easier. I used to have a huge wooden wardrobe in my room. It was from my grandmother, very heavy and sturdy, the wardrobe, not my granny. Now, the wardrobe is in my daughter's room. She is 8, she found that you can take out a wooden board of the wardrobe and there is a hidden space beneath. She has a stash of chocolates and her diary there. She doesn't know that I use the same trick to hide stuff. One day I will tell her. My 7-year son hides tiny toys in the space between his mattress and his bed frame. Some of them belong to his brother. I used to do that too. My husband told my 6-year-old daughter that when you lie your ears turn red. Now we know whenever she's lying because she makes sure to cover her ears first. We told our son that his neck gets red when he lies. It was hilarious to watch him lie, because his shoulders would slowly raise as the story went on. I've seen this happen before. Wife would babysit for some neighbors and their kid would cover his ears when he lied them out. Right now he's sneaking out of bed as we speak to watch some more YouTube. Tube. Right. Man, kids love YouTube. Bright, flashy, loud, and quick cuts in action. Those people really know how to draw in the kids. PewDiePie said it best, he who controls the kids controls YouTube. I went through a stage where hated taking showers when I was little. So much that I put effort into fooling my parents that I indeed took showers. At first I thought if I just flushed the toilet constantly it would sound like water was running downstairs. Didn't work obviously. Then I tried just turning the water on and letting it be for a bit. Still didn't work since they could tell it was hitting the floor and not my body first. Our shower had sliding doors so I couldn't just stop it with the shower curtain or something like that, so I'd climb on the toilet and I'd try to intercept it with my hand or the shampoo bottle. Still didn't work because then she'd say I didn't use soap or shampoo. So I tried rubbing dry soap over my arms and neck and a bit of shampoo on my hands and then my head. I finally gave in and started taking showers, but I had a record of 4 days without one. Lol, that's like my son. Except he still thinks he can get away with just getting wet. Seriously, I have no idea what's going on with him, but if he showers and forgets to use shampoo, conditioner and body wash, he smells exactly like a wet dog. He still has no idea how I know he didn't really shower/properly wash himself. Poor kid. My 2-yo hides pacifiers around the house to break out when no one is looking. I've yet to find them all, but I've got my 5-yo on the lookout. Objective: find pacifiers. That's awesome, the 5-yo is helping out. If you make it a fun game, you can get kids to do all sorts of chores. The old see how fast you can go get me something, etc. My kid has peach-flavored vodka hidden in his bedroom. He'll know I know when he finds I replaced it with water. Peach-flavored vodka? What the hell? He probably has to take what he's given if he's at a certain age. I had MD20/20 and wine coolers because that's all I could get. My mom did that to the vodka I was going to make Skittles vodka with. I thought the vodka had lost its alcohol over time, since I had bought that bottle a year earlier, had a tiny nip to taste and then kept it in the liquor cabinet. My parents don't like vodka at all, so I had nothing to worry about. It was safe. When finally, the time came to make Skittles vodka, I had a tiny little taste and it was water. My father had a huge trying not to laugh grin on his face, my mother had a poker face and pretended she didn't know what I was talking about. Then my dad couldn't help himself anymore and ratted my mom out. My mom had a new bottle of vodka for me. Skittles vodka was made and me and my friends enjoyed a night of drinking games with the stuff. When my eldest daughter was still in high school, I began to notice some things here and there that were indicative of smoking pot. Her eyes would be red/glossy, osium in her car, lighters/eye drops are beginning to show up randomly throughout the house. Aside from a funny joke here and there once she was a little older, and the usual just be safe, call me if you need anything I won't be mad talk, we've never explicitly talked about marijuana. I'd like to have a conversation about it with her and also share some of my experiences with her. The only thing that bothers me is that she probably believes she sneakily slid her pot smoking from her parents, but no, we just don't give a frick about weed. I remember when I was 20 I saw 2 boys around 15 to 16 leaving a gig where they had been smoking pot, and one of them took a little bottle of perfume out of his pocket. I had to stop him. I said, please don't tell me you're gonna apply perfume now to try to fool someone that you have not been smoking. That's painfully obvious. My daughter smoked pot a few weeks ago and didn't like it. Lol lol. I did finally let on that I'd figured this out and she thought I was a psychic genius. Nope, just, I was a bad kid who didn't get along. Marijuana also. They hide change. They see it on my desk, or when I lose it in the couch and scoop it up. They think that I don't know, but when they are gone I put more change in their secret hiding spots. Also my oldest likes a boy a lot and he likes her. My kid is 6. She's just discovered lying and it's hilarious. She doesn't do little white lies, she tells totally unbelievable stories. I go along with them as she's telling it, until she reveals it was made up. Sometimes I tell her I knew, other times I let it pass. I encourage her, by engaging like it's real because I'm curious about her make-believe. Went on a hike with Mr. 5 who was trailing behind. Took one look at him and said, "Take those rocks out of your pockets." I think he wondered how I knew, but there were telltale bulges in his pockets. That's it for today, Team Astro. Have you ever had any similar stories like this? If you have, please let us know down in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Please consider liking and sharing this video and support us. Daily fun facts before you leave. A single cloud can weigh more than 1 million pounds. Alright, bye.